Hey everyone, welcome to Stampin' Grotto. Today I am going to share with you how to make this quick, fun card. So this one's pretty basic. What we're going to do is we are going to take a piece of basic white, thick cardstock. I like using the thicker cardstock for my bases. So this piece is cut to 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and I am going to use my Stampin' Up! Trimmer to score this at 5 1/2 inches, and then again at 7 inches. Put this to the side. And we are just going to fold on these score lines. So I'm going to fold one this way, so you have this basic base. And then I'm going to fold this one the other way, because we're going to create a card that opens just like this. So we are using designer series paper from the Wonderful World pack. And we are going to be using some coordinating cardstock to go with it. So I'm going to use some of the rich razzleberry. So we're going to need to cut 4 pieces. 2 pieces of designer series paper, one for this side and one for this side, and 2 of the coordinating cardstock, one for this side and one for this side. So for our rich razzleberry, we are going to cut 1 piece to 3 7/8, so 3 7/8 across this way, and 4 1/8 this way. So it will go on just like this. You have a very thin white border all the way around it. And then we're going to cut this other piece that's going to go right here. This is going to be cut to 1 3/8 this way and 4 1/8 this way. And then we're going to use some Stampin' Seal to put it on. I'm just going to go ahead and leave a very thin white border all around. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this piece. So then I'm going to cut 2 pieces of the designer series paper. Now this is the same paper, I just flipped it over. So the flowery image I'm going to use on this side. So this is cut to 3 3/4 inches across by 4 inches high. And then this one is cut to 1 1/4 inches across by 4 inches high. So let's go ahead and put those on. Okay, so we need to create this kind of holder right here. Before we do that, on this one we have this pretty little ribbon, so I want to put it in between. So I've taken a length of the Simply Elegant trim, and it's cut to maybe 16, 17 inches. Now I'm just going to take it and put it on the inside, and I want it to be in the center. So I am just going to take a piece of my Stampin' Seal, and I'm just going to run it across the middle. And I'm going to take this, and having it roughly centered, I am going to put it in. It has to make sure that this will tie, and then I'm going to add some extra Stampin' Seal to make sure that it stays. So in order to tie this in a bow and have it stay, I like just using one of my mini glue dots. So I'm just going to grab one, and I'm going to stick it in roughly the center-ish, And then I'm just going to take this, stick it down, and then tie it in a bow. Oops. There we have the bow. And then for the sentiment, I just did wishing you everything wonderful in a coordinating ink. So this is the Mossy Meadow ink, and I used the Charming Sentiments and Sentiment Silhouettes dies that match these to cut this out. So I just went ahead and got that done. And I'm going to pop this up using some Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm just going to take a few of these and put them on. Take off the backing. And I'm just going to put this kind of down in the corner-ish. And then to finish off the outside of the card, I used some of the Elegant Faceted Gems. So these came out a little while ago, and I used the kind of opal-y kind of colored ones, and I just used 3, so 1 big and 2 smalls. So just grabbed 1 big one, and I put the big one over here. And then I'm going to take a small one, and I'm just going to offset it over here. I'm going to grab another small one, and I'm just going to put it right down here. And then I'm also going to put a large and a small up in the top corner, just to add a little bit of extra dimension to it. So there's the front of the card. So to finish off the inside of the card, I just used one of the sentiments from the Charming Sentiments that just says, "Because you totally deserve it." So all I'm going to do is grab my stamp block, and I am using the D stamp block. And I am going to use the same ink that I used to stamp the front. So this is Mossy Meadow. And I am just going to stamp the inside. And there we have it. So now you have a completed card that's really quite cute, that was really, really easy to create. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and if you're interested in seeing more, you can click on that subscribe button and you can get notified whenever I release new videos. Thanks everyone!